Okay, let's do a quick rundown on the new patch for Runeterra. It's gonna be quite a big patch, and I want to do a quick run through and just give you guys my opinion, what's good or how the meta will change, what I think about it in general. So, Death Note State of the Beta, just a repost this time, but in case you missed it, check out design director Umbrash waiting on the current state. Yeah, we're not doing that now. I will just check out the card updates and give you guys my impression, what I think about it, and yeah, maybe you get like good idea from my thoughts. So we are nerfing Hecarim from 6 to 5 health. Yeah, and if you level up, you have like... We are buffing the level up, basically, which also should be like that. Like, the hero should be strong after leveled up, not just by slamming him on the board. We have tweaked Hecarim to be less of a powerful finisher in any deck and more of a specialized ephemeral deck bomb. Okay. I'm not sure if that health change is enough though, because what's strong about it is just a standalone strength, right? So what we are doing is just like reduce the health by 1, but we also make the counter lower. Honestly, the biggest change is that they make the Spectral Riders 2/2s, right? That's kind of a big deal, honestly. The free attack, so Hecarim is just an 8 damage bomb instead of a 10 damage bomb. That's probably like the biggest change, not the health. So it's actually quite a big Hecarim nerf, which makes him quite a normal unit now. So it's like more a hero, not an auto-include in Shadow Isles, right? So I think Hecarim actually like this gets like a huge nerf, and I think the card is too strong for sure. So that about a Hecarim nerf. The health wouldn't be the impact, but I think it's the Spectral Riders which will hit it hard. Next up is Kalista. Kalista is getting buffed to 3 health. I don't think 2 and 3 health is the biggest deal nowadays in Runeterra. The only reason is it plays around Mystic Shot. Maybe it's more interesting to see what they do with the level up. New text, fearsome level up, 4 allies die. I think that wasn't it how it was before. Kalista was the least played champion last patch. Yeah. Why is that? We ask ourselves. Key issue. Level 2 damage negation. Okay. They don't want to buff Kalista because Shadow Isles is strong. That's what they are saying. I mean, it kind of makes sense. They don't want to give like Shadow Isles another good bomb because other regions are lacking so much strength, and why give Shadow Isles even more? So what she does now, the first time I attack each round, revive an attacking ephemeral copy of the strongest dead allied follower this round. Boy, it makes her actually like a card now, right? So it's like a completely changed Kalista. Also like making her a 5/4 fearsome. Kind of interesting. So they're going like more, they're giving the ephemeral archetype more weight with that. So we want to have like a Hecarim Kalista deck, kind of. I think it's kind of nice. So I feel like the general problem with Shadow Isles is that they have just so many standalone strong cards, and you don't really need to like build stuff around certain synergies or archetypes. Like for example, what you have to do with Draven Jinx with discard, where you have to rely on a discard mechanic, or with the Ash Freeze. It's just like you have Shadow Isles and you just have overpowered cards, and you don't even care about the heroes. You just have Hecarim, and you don't even care about him having his level up mechanic. You just play him because he's standalone so strong. So yeah, Kalista also doesn't have bonding anymore. It's just like she revives the strongest. Like I don't think the bond mechanic was good anyways for her. It's like generally really weak. I don't know if she will be strong enough. She will be definitely better because the old Kalista with the bonding mechanic was so weak. So Yeah. Black Spear, the much needed nerf. I think Black Spear is one of the craziest removal currently. If you like compare it to a removal which has a similar effect, Get Excited. It has a free cost now. It was ridiculous for 2 mana. I think nerfing the Black Spear is very needed. Having it being 2 mana is way too easy. 3 is probably correct, and also tuning down Shadow Isles overall strength a little bit. Also, they're buffing Kalista a little bit. I don't know about a Hecarim change that'll hurt Shadow Isles a lot, especially mid-range archetype. So we're getting a little bit of a nerf on the Isles. 4,000 spells, Border Lookout. We're changing it to Vanguard Lookout. So we're making it an elite, which is actually pretty strong. Giving elites more health. Promoting the elite archetype. I personally think the elite archetype is a pretty boring one. So I'm not like super hyped for that one. It is nice that this card gets like they make it playable at least. So what I saw like the Runeterra team doing a lot is like they just want to make cards, or almost all cards, playable, right? So that's something I realized and I really like actually. And let's just see what we're going. Yeah, we're also like keeping up with that trend, like the Mage Seekers. They're not really getting played. I don't know if you ever saw them on the ladder. They are buffing that to 4 power and from 4 to 3 health. So grant me +2/+2 if you cast a 6+ spell this game. So we want to make like a more mid-game archetype with spells, making this, if it works out, a 6/5 for 4 mana. Mage Seekers are amongst some of the most interesting characters in Demacia. Yes, and we basically want that to be played. So where the whole Mage Seeker archetype is getting a tweak over and making the Demacia spell, let's say, more versatile, and you can actually build some decks around them. Also the Investigator. You have like new text created Detain. Once you've got what? That's actually super strong. Detain being one of the stronger cards. And yeah, I think you will see like there is already a deck. It's called Karma Lux midrange, or like no, it's actually late game. And this will actually be like a huge buff to that because you get actually minions for that now. And the other Mage Seeker getting buffed as well. He gets +1/+1 Challenger. So this is actually kind of crazy. So we're buffing all the Mage Seekers. We're making them good mid-range units. Like these are not bad for them. What you're gonna see maybe now is like just an Ionia Demacia mid-game archetype, which could be like super, like actually super crazy strong. Like he's 2 mana now. This is 3 mana, 4 mana. This is kind of like exactly what that archetype needed, like mid-game to early game cost units, which get you to the late game Karma. That will be a super strong archetype. Yeah, we will definitely see some Mage Seeker Karma Lux decks. It will be crazy. They are changing. They're actually changing a lot of cards. Crowd Favorite 4 mana 2/1. Crowd Favorite has quietly been an overperformer for noxious aggro decks. Okay, so we're nerfing Crowd Favorite. Interesting. Interesting. Was he the problem? This is kind of a whack change for me, I have to say. One thing which like comes through my mind is maybe this like a pure statistics change, right? Like I don't think any developer who would play in high masters would do this change, because they would wait until the card actually gets overplayed. Also, I don't really see the reasoning for doing that pre-adjustment, because there are also like other difficult to deal with 4-drops. I think it's completely irrelevant. Next card, Iceborne Legacy. Grant an ally and allies cover area +2/+2 So making it slow but buffing more. Isn't it like, do you know how slow 5 mana is? I mean, where do you even play that? Yeah, I see the reactions in chat, and this is what I'm like. This is my brain also. No, I don't think this is gonna be playable. It seems. No, I don't see in which deck or archetype deck you played it. There was a spider archetype with the legacy. I don't know if legacy overall, like the whole deck buffing with 5, like if you start buffing like allies and deck buff at 5 mana, I think ice is the right wording because it's so slow, right? Like, do you guys, you realize, I mean, if you played Runeterra, that game is a very fast-paced game and super snowbally. It's just like, it's even this, like the slow text seems too much for me. Like, I don't know, man. I don't think this changed like the last. Yeah, you can't even use it as a combat trick. I don't know if that's a good change. We will have to see about that. It's like quite a big change on a card. It's probably the most useless card in the game. Peg Mentality. So now it actually reads, it gives an ally and other allies, so it's group +3/+3, and now it gives all allies. Okay, so now it's actually a finisher card, right? So yeah, actually, like this is actually quite a big card. That card now in a deck like in the Ash Iceborne deck could be super crazy, because what was the problem with the Ash deck? Once your Ash died and you had a lot of big units on the board, you could get like blocked very easily by small units. Yeah, reminds me a little bit of Savage Roar. Exactly. So this is actually quite a big buff to like, if you to token decks, maybe like Shadow Isles Freljord, or to the freeze deck in general. So that makes the card quite strong. Actually gives you a finisher now. Quite a big deal. Nice change. I don't know, might be actually a little bit too strong, but nice change. We're making Poros, we're buffing Poros. Cute. Sure. Grant Poro allies everywhere, +1/+1. Okay, we're doing it for Expedition. So Poro is supposed to be an Expedition archetype or what? It's quite interesting. So yeah, it's a cute change, just like Poros are. And Troop of Elnuks. Play summon each Elnuk. Yeah, hahaha, that card. Worst design card in the game by far. Next text, new text is, for the top 6 cards in your deck, summon each Elnuk and shuffle the rest into your deck. So I'm making it just weaker. Quite weaker. So yeah, this is almost like quite weaker. I think the way the card is designed, it will be never healthy. Like, it's one of the worst game experience ever. You will never have fun with this card on any meta. Everyone who gets like, let's say, beaten by 5 Elnuks on 5, just rage quits. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the new Elnuk buff, or this Elnuk buff in general, is quite huge. It's quite a needed nerf. I did not like that being a thing. Elusive's getting buffed. No, we're nerfing Conspirator, and I also think that was a much needed nerf. Conspirator is way too... This is like by far the strongest elusive cards. And I'm glad I see this. I don't like... It's mainly a Conspirator because it gives you so much versatility to the elusives archetype. So we're getting a nerf on Conspirator. I think it's needed and it's nice. We're nerfing Jump Bump. Yes, that card is definitely broken. Too strong. We're giving it 3 health. I think these are like always like the biggest nerfs, the 4 to 3 health nerfs. Because there are several removals who address that, like Death Grasp, Get Excited, Black Spear. It's quite a big nerf to Jump Bump, makes him quite weaker. Is he still playable? Maybe. Is he still as strong? Probably not. I think the strength of this card was having 4 health. Yeah, there are also a lot of free attack units. This is a huge nerf, guys. Like, there are some certain breakpoints, and that's certainly one of them. Flash of Brilliance. Create a random spell in your hand, refill your spell mana. Okay, where they don't want to have like this chaining, right? Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's like actually nice because you don't get like this random chain from Heimerdinger, which makes you smash your keyboard, and we all like our keyboard, so Jump is worse than Peddler now. Yeah, it's true. We're having a change on a discard deck. Very nice. I played that archetype a lot. To play discard 2 and draw 2. Next draw is to play discard 2, draw 2. If you have exactly one our card in hand, discard. Okay, that's quite a huge buff. Boah, that is a huge buff to that card. That is actually legit insane for this card. Like, this is like one of the biggest discard buffs. Before you have, oh wow. That is insane. Like, I played a lot of Draven Jinx, also 2 Masters, and that's a huge buff. I will be playing some Draven Jinx then, I guess. Unstable Voltician. When I'm gonna be summoned, grant me 4+0 and quick attack. Okay. Okay, it can be buffed when you play it. Okay. Okay. I don't know which deck you want to have that in, right? Like, I think we are buffing the whole Mage Seeker archetype, so you could do a PNC and the Mashia deck with the Mage Seekers and the Voltician. That could be also a thing. That could be interesting. So yeah, we're doing like, I see what we're doing is like we're buffing some, or we're making some mid-range cards playable. It's an overall trend I see so far. Brood Awakening is gonna be 5 cost. Yes, that's all right. I mean, Brood Awakening, one of the card already has a downside. And like at the moment, which I see a lot, or what I see a lot, board space, like only having 6 board space affects a lot of archetypes. Brood Awakening is definitely affected by that. And yeah, it's an alright buff. Maybe it gives the spiders enough power, like not like the aggro spiders where you just slam the face. Like, this is something I see very often in card games. It's just like you see straight up designers, they want to have an archetype a certain way. And people are just like, nah, just make an aggro deck out of this, and this card because this is broken, and the whole archetype overall gets ignored. So we're getting a little bit of a Awakening buff, which can be nice for the Spider mid-range deck. I mean, Spider is generally also just more aggro-oriented. When we have like 2 more Shadow Isles nerfs, that card is just broken. I'm happy to see this. This is like one of the most efficient cards in the game. Please nerf it, especially with like Karma Shadow Isles. Super crazy, super broken. Yeah, when I see this card, I just think Pepega. Quite happy about that one. Next up, Rekindler, 6 to 7 cost. Yeah. It's kind of the issue with this card. This card is insane. Like, when I saw Rekindler on Karma or stuff like this, there are certain cards which are problematic, especially when it comes to late game. Like Karma is one of them. Karma, Rekindler, and the combo for sure. It's just like, there's so much value in these cards that you can like almost never outvalue them, and they are still good in deck. Just Rekindler is just an extra champion most of the time. I think it needs to be nerfed. I don't know if that changes a lot. Hecarim 6, Rekindler 7, Raza 8. Yeah. We're getting quite a lot of nerfs though in the right direction. Do I think it's enough though? I mean, the Mage Seeker stuff kind of bothers me, honestly. Like, this is gonna be the Karma Lux deck so strong, but we're also gonna see a buff on this card deck, so it's just gonna shake up the meta. Is it gonna be perfectly balanced? Answer is no, because no card game is gonna be perfectly balanced ever. Watchlist, Elise, Friends at the Skidera, Glimpse Beyond, Shadow Assassin for sure. And that's also, I will not talk about too much about the Expedition archetypes, because I think it gets addressed above anyways. So I will give you my quick idea or what I think about this. So I think Runeterra is very much in the beginning, where I think I like it how they are balancing. They're trying to buff stuff, nerf some stuff. Like, I can genuinely see that they just want to make a very, very good card game and trying to move into that direction, and they are really trying to. I see a lot of potential in Runeterra as a whole. It's like a very clean game, it had nice graphics. It's a very different card game. It can be sometimes also how it is at the moment. once the meta gets figured out. A bit frustrating, a little bit, let's say, focused on certain decks. I don't know if I can fix this. One way to fix this is probably just going to be like keeping the game fresh, new expansions, doing balance changes. Although this balance change will maybe fresh up the game for like 1 week, maybe 2 weeks. But then we need like more cards, a new set, or like game modes. I know Runeterra is very much in the beginning, but doing changes like this is definitely going to help.